To the Cintas Center. Xavier is hosting this year's Great Cincinnati Bake Off.
The event brings 50 local bakers together for a sweet competition, including Chorus Cakery. Owner Shaquana Knight is here with Cincinnati Magazine's Tasha Stapleton to tell us all about it. Good to see you, ladies.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good to see you too.
So this is the third annual. Tasha, tell us what people can expect if they go to the Bake Off.
Well, the event keeps growing and growing, and that's why we moved it over to the Cintas Center. And the main event is people just like her that are going to be coming in. Some of them are competing, professionals, amateurs, people who love to bake at home, and they'll compete with everything from the best cheesecake to the best cookies, brownies, breads, and then the next day at the public event, which is on Tuesday, October the 8th, when you come that night, you get to find out who's actually won. Oh. Yeah, but Xavier's the best. So I was like, how can we make this more fun since we moved spaces? And so if you come this year, they're gonna have some of their cheerleaders, dancers, they're gonna have students doing tours of the actual basketball court.
Oh, neat.
And they might even have their mascot on site. So I feel like they're getting totally into it, which is great.
Absolutely. And you mentioned that there are 6 different categories that people are entering in. So you've got things like bread, which I love to bake bread, but I'm not an expert at it. And cookies, brownies, cakes, and you have people who are professionals.
Absolutely.
But you also have an amateur categories as well.
We do.
And those are all closed right now. Like people that are coming have already been selected to compete, right?
Yeah, we had over 75 entries of people sending over pictures and their applications. It was not an easy choice, but we picked a whole bunch of people. So there's more than 50 that are actually in the competition.
Shaquana, why did you want to get involved in this?
Well, I wanted a way to showcase our skills. So I'm very excited to do this and reach a new set of audience that haven't tried us before.
Yeah. And you're going to show us that cake decorating is not that easy. I'm
She
sure.
says it is
She says it's easy, but
Yeah, for her.
she's a professional.
Yes. You're going to show us how to do this little pumpkin cake, right? Which is super
Yes,
cute.
I did one for demo so that you can see what it looks like.
so cute.
But I also did a nice little outline on here so that you guys wouldn't have such a challenge, but you know where to go.
What is that icing technique you use for the mouth and eyes?
So I actually used a little band, like a toothpick stick, just to draw out the eyes there and just align them. Like you can kind of eyeball to know like if your eyes or mouth is too high.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do like one for you. So you're just putting pressure just on the top, not too much, and you're just letting it glide down.
And do you have an actual
drawing.
pastry, like a tip in there, or is that just
Yes.
okay?
There is a pastry tip in here. This is actually the same tip that I would use to write on a cake or something like that. And then you guys can try as well. Don't worry, you can't.
I'll try the other eye, and then Jen, you can work on the mouth. How about that? Okay.
But
now,
how did you make it look? It looks like it's like beating up a little bit.
that's
Is
what
that
I
the way
was wondering.
Well, the thing is, which a tip I'll tell if you're wanting to get into the baking industry, you always freeze your cake. It helps with icing.
Oh, then it's not melting on there when you're icing.
Exactly.
That
way it kind of sets.
Oh, it's a sticky. There we go.
So the beating up that you see is like the condensation from it being in the freezer.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what too, so we've worked together before. I was recommended to work with her from Rachel Just Roshers, who we're partnering with on the event this year. And you should see the stuff that she does. She does really outrageous, beautiful, beautiful cupcakes.
Now, do I go ahead and line it inside?
Yep, you sure can, or you can leave it, however you want to do it.
And we'll just remind people that Shaquana, you now have a brick and mortar store.
Yes.
That people can stop by and get your baked goods, which is where?
Right on Ray Street. We're at 1426 Ray Street. If you pass Washington Park, you went too far.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Not terrible. Looks a little bit like the Joker, but my mouth does. But not too bad for my first try.
scary, right?
Yeah, that's great.
So what do people need to know if they want to come out, Tasha?
Basically, we have tickets on sale, but they're selling fast, and this one should be a sellout. So you go to CincinnatiMagazine.com/bakeoff, and it has all the details, but it's basically $40, and it includes all-you-can sweet. Like
you get tastings of everything.
Tastings of everything.
Gosh, like just overdose
couple
on
drink
sugar.
tickets.
Nice. What a fun event. And a portion of the proceeds go to the Cure Starts Now.
Yeah, which I spoke to them this
week
weekend, or last week, and they do incredible stuff on cancer research. So
that's great.
Yeah.
Well, I think we did okay. What do you
did
think,
all right.
Shaquana?
You did great.
Thank you for the lesson.
All right, and we'll see you guys. Thank you very much.
You can always find our stories here on YouTube, but go ahead and click subscribe to get notifications and stay in the know.